Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. This is a solution of paper 2 extended May and June 2022 IGCSE. Let's start with the first question. Question number 1, write down the prime number between 30 and 40. I have two prime numbers between 30 and 40. You can write either 31 or 37, only one of them. You can use a calculator to solve 4 power 5 minus 5 power 4. The answer will be 399. Jason start a run at 10:05 a.m. and finish at 1:02 p.m. Work out the time Jason takes to complete the run. First of all, I have the first time a.m. and the second time is p.m. We just add 12 to this time, okay, to make it 24-hour system. So 1 plus 12, 13.02, okay. Now I subtract 13.02 minus 10.05. As you see here, 2 smaller than 5. You just take 1 hour and make it 2 minutes. The 1 hour will be here. The time will be 12. And the 60 plus 2 is 62 because the 1 hour is 60 minutes. And then write 10:05 and subtract minutes separate from hours. So 62 minus 5 is 57. And 12 minus 10 is 2. So the time is 2 hours and 57. Or you can use the button on the calculator to do direct the hours, minute, and second. So if you press here direct 13 hours, 02 minutes minus 10 hours and 5 minutes and subtract direct gives you this answer. Okay. Also, by using a calculator, you can enter this expression in the calculator. You will get 4.2. I want to round the answer to 4 significant figure. The answer will be 4.286. Christy changed $380 to a pound by this ratio. Calculate the amount to Christy. So I have $380.8. Just multiplied by the conversion unit here. Start with the £1 up and make a dollar down, $1.19. So you can cancel dollar and dollar now, as you see here. Dollar and dollar is canceled. So 380.8 times 1, 380.8. Okay, will be divided by 1.19. Answer is 320. Pounds. Write 180 as a product of prime number. You can factor 180 as 18 times 10. Okay, any factorization you want. 18 is 3 times 6. The 10 is 2 times 5. 3 is prime already. 6 it can be factored more, 3 times 2. So 3 times 3 times 2. And the 2 and 5 already prime numbers. So this is a factorization. Okay, you can write it here, 2 squared times 3 squared times 5. This is a prime factorization for the number 180. Next one, without using calculators subtract, I just write 3 over 7 minus 2 over 21. 21 divided by 7, 3, just multiply this by 3, up and down. So you have 9 over 21 minus 2 over 21. The answer is 7 over 21. Now after that, by dividing up and down by 7 to simplify the fraction, you will get 1 over 3. Final answer now, 1/3. S equal half AT squared. This is the one formulas in mechanics. Work out the value of S when A is only substitution. So I have S equals 1/2 times the A, 0.9 times the 4 T squared, 4 squared. And you calculate this one by calculation. By calculator, you'll get 7.8. You can check your answer with me, please. Rearrange the formula, find T in terms of A and S. I want to find T, so I just start with 1/2 AT squared is equal to S. Just multiply by 2 here to remove the half. And divide by A, divide by A, divide by A. So now the t squared equals 2s over a. This is t squared. T squared equals 2s over a. To find t, you just take a square root, positive or negative square root of 2s over a. And this is the answer. Factorize completely, you can just take common factor. I have 7 common factor and even y common factor. Now divide 14xy by 7y, you have 2x minus 7 over 7, 1 y squared over y is y. So this is a factorization. 7y times 2x minus y. I cannot factor anymore. I have a sequence, arithmetic sequence, decreased each time by 5. The common difference now is negative 5. Find the next term. 2 here minus 5 will be negative 3. Find the nth term. I have a formula for the nth term, which is a first term plus n minus 1 times d, common difference. A, the first term, as you see, is 22, plus n minus 1 times the common difference is negative 5. So again, 22, you can distribute negative 5 over this bracket, okay? Like this. Negative 5n plus 5, be careful, negative times negative is positive. So final answer is 22 plus 5 is 27, minus 5n, and this is the nth term of this sequence. I have similar triangles given some length of some sides here. I'd like to calculate the QR. QR, this side, you want to find one main property of mathematical similar shapes, the corresponding sides are proportional. It means QR over the corresponding side 6 equal another side, for example, 6 over 8. I can write this proportion now. QR over 6 is the same 6 over 8. Okay? Just multiply by 6 left and right of the equation to get QR. The QR now is equal to 36 over 8 equals 4.5. So QR is 4.5 centimeter. Okay. The two triangles are the cross section of two mathematical similar prisms. The volume of the larger prism is 320 centimeter power 3. Calculate the volume of the smaller prism. For similar 3D shapes, volume one of them is a scale factor, power 3, times the volume of the other one. So I'd like to calculate the volume of the smaller shape. I start with the scale factor. The scale factor is this ratio, 6 over 8. I start to 6 over 8 because I can read it 8 over 6, no problem. So the scale factor can be read 6 over 8 or 8 over 6 according to what are you calculating? You are calculating a smaller volume, start with a smaller number. So you have to tell it to write it 6 over 8. So 6 over 8 power 3 multiplied by the given volume, 320, and use a calculator direct to solve it. You will get 135. So the smaller volume, or the volume of the smaller prism, will be 135 cubic centimeter. The interior angles of a pentagon are in a ratio 4 to 5 to 5 to 7 to 9. Find the side of the largest angle. First of all, I get the sum of these parts of the ratio. 4 plus 5 is 9 plus 5, 14. 14 plus 16 is 30. The sum of these numbers is 30. So the biggest angle is the proportion 9 over 30. 9 over 30 of what? 9 over 30 of the sum of angles of the pentagon. 9 over 30 of sum of angles, sum of measures of angles of pentagon. The pentagon is a 5-sided polygon. In this side, you can calculate the sum by n minus 2 times 180. 5 minus 2 times 180, you get the answer is 540. So the biggest angle here, 9 out of 30 of this total sum of angles, 540. Okay, solve this one and tell me your answer. So the biggest angle here is 162. Of course, this is irregular pentagon. The angles are not the same. They are different. Only two angles are equal. Work out 2 times 10 power 100 minus 2 times 10 to the power 98, giving your answer here. I have two numbers written in standard form or scientific notation. Keep the base power, 2 times 10 to the 100, keep it, and go to this number. Look at this one. Multiply this number by 10 squared and divide 2 by 10 squared. Again, I'll see again. Go to the smaller power, okay, and multiply, just write the first number again. Multiply this, the 10 by 2, 10 maybe, the 10 power 98 needs it to be multiplied by 10 squared to be equal to this. Now I have this number 2 over 100, this is 100, which is 10 squared. 2 over 100 or 10 squared is 0.02 times the 10 power 100 now. This part now is the same, this part. So I can take it common factor, 10 power 100. And inside I have 2 minus 0.02. I use the here factorization to solve. 2 minus 0.02 is 1.98 times 10 power 100. And this is the answer in scientific notation. Okay. A train passed through a station at a speed of 180 kilometers per hour. The length of the station is 120 meters. The train takes 7 seconds to complete pass through the station. Work out the length of the train. Here, I have speed given in kilometer per hour, but the other units, meter and seconds. So first of all, convert 180 kilometer per hour to meter per second by multiplying by 1,000. The kilometer is 1,000 meters and dividing by 3,600 because the 1 hour is 3,600 seconds. Solve this one, you will get 30. This fraction is really 5 over 18. So 108 times 5 over 18, or direct solution will be 30 meters per second. As you know, the speed is equal to distance covered over time taken. So the speed 30 meter here, meter per second, is equal to the distance that if you have a tunnel, okay, like this, and the train will go inside, this is a train, okay, train here, to complete pass through the tunnel, the distance covered here is the length of the train plus the length of the tunnel. The length of the train, for example, x, and the length of the tunnel is length of the station, sorry, of 120, not tunnel, and it's a station. Over a time taken 7 seconds. So a cross multiplication now, so x plus 120, this is distance covered in meter, is equal to 7 times 30, 210. So the x, which is the length of the train, is 210 minus 120, gives you 90 meters. This is the answer. Next question is exponential equation. 4 power x is 1 over 64. First of all, keep 4 power x, okay, and just convert 64, make it a power, make it like factorization by 4, and divide by 4 is 16, divide by 4 is 4, and 4 divided by 4 is 1. So the 64 is really 4 power 3, can be written as 4 power negative 3. Now the bases are equal, 4 equals 4, so the x must be negative 3. So the x is negative 3 here. Or you can try if you want, 4 power negative 1 will not give you 1 over 64. 4 power negative 2 will give you another number. Until 4 power negative 3 will get 64 if you want to try by trial and error. I have two triangles, one bigger than the other one, so it's the enlargement. Here, I ask you about the single transformation that match the triangle T onto triangle P. In this type of question, just try to draw a line. I don't have a ruler here, please. I'm sorry. So draw, first of all, a line by ruler from each corner to its to another corner. For example, the right angle, the right angle. This is the right angle here, the right angle here. Try to match it. Okay, you draw just like this. The ruler will be like this, will be go in this way, like this. This is the ruler if you draw. Now the line intersect in this point, and also you can draw the third line like this, okay, with different color. Let me take it this time as purple. You can draw by ruler, but sorry, I don't have a ruler to draw here. Okay. you will draw the three lines, or the three lines will intersect in this point. So what happened here? This is enlargement, okay? Center 4 and 4, this point. This point is coordinate 4 and 4 with scale factor. When you find the scale factor, divide any side in P in the image divided by corresponding side in T. So start to P, this side is 1, and the corresponding side here is 2, so it's 1/2. And since the center of enlargement lies between the figure and its image, this is the main figure or the original figure, this is the image, okay? So it's a negative half, okay? If the figure and its image lies in different direction from the center of enlargement, the scale factor will be in negative. Okay, our scale factor of enlargement. Find the radius of hemisphere of volume 80. The full sphere, it's a volume 4/3 pi r cubed. So the hemisphere only 2/3 pi r cubed. The 2/3 pi r cubed is 80. To solve this one, divide by pi each side, and multiply each side by reciprocal of 2/3, which is 3/2 times 3/2. Now I don't have any coefficient, it's 1, and pi, even pi is not exist. So I have r cubed in this one. 3 times 80 is 240 over 2 pi. And after that, this can be simplified 120 over pi. After that, the r is equal to the cube root of 120 over pi, which is, you can use a calculator to solve it, about 3.37. This is the value of r. Okay. Next question is geometry about circle theorem. I have TU is a tangent. Make an angle of tangency 38. As you know, 38, this angle of tangency equal the angle opposite to this chord, equal to this. So this is 38 also. Okay, this, as you see, A, B, C, D is a cyclic quadrilateral. Opposite angles equals add up to 180. So this two angles, their sum is 180. So this is 120. Okay. These two sides are parallel. Look, CB is parallel to DC. So 38 equal 38 alternate interior angles. So the X now I got a 38 by alternate theorem, 38 degrees. And the Y, the third angle in a triangle ABC, the Y is 180 minus 120 minus 38, which is 60 minus 38 gives you 22. So the Y is 22 degrees. I have here this figure, two parallel lines AB and PQ, and join PQ, PB and AQ intersect at X, and AX equals, as you see, XQ. The question is given as information. Angle BAX, angle BAX, what is it? This one, yeah, this angle, of course, equal this angle, of course. Alternate interior angles, yes, alternate interior angles. So angle BAX, as you see, is equal to angle PQX, because alternate interior angles are congruent, and the AXB, as you see, this angle, of course, equal this angle, vertically opposite angle, equal measure of angle PXQ, because vertical opposite angles are congruent if two lines intersect. Triangle ABX is congruent to triangle QPX because the congruency criterion is, as you see here, look, angle, side, angle, equal angle, side, angle. So this case is angle, side, angle. Okay. And the PX, as a result of congruency, the third side equal the third side. Okay. Or another side, PX is congruent to BX, because triangles are congruent, or one of the properties of a triangle. I have a speed time graph in question number 20, and I have here asked me about the deceleration of the car in the final 8 seconds. The deceleration is the slope of this line. In the speed time graph, you can simply write the coordinate of this point 16 and 12. At this point already 24 and 0, if you want to write as a coordinate. And just apply the slope of the line y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So the slope here is 12 minus 0 over 16 minus 24. So 12 over this 24. 16 minus 24 is -8. So the answer is -1.5. Negative because it's a deceleration. The speed becomes smaller and smaller until it reaches 0 or stopped. So the deceleration is 1.5. Okay. Total distance to travel during the 24 seconds. Total distance here is simply the area under the curve. This curve, you can deal it with a rectangle and triangle, or in one operation, solve it as area of trapezium. This is 24. The A is 24. This is from 0 to 16. This is 16, and the height is 12. So I have 24. I have 16. Okay, and I have this height is 12. So as you see, the area of parallelogram A plus B over 2 times height. So 16 plus 24, 16 plus 24 over 2. This is the average base multiplied by the height, which is 12. Okay, again, 16 plus 24 over 2 multiplied by the perpendicular height between them. Okay, solve this one, you will get the area, distance covered. This area is the distance covered. You will get 240 meters. Factorize completely. This is a 4-term expression. Usually we factor as by using grouping 1 minus q. Just keep it. Already it's a prime, no factorization, just write it times 1. Minus a, you can, the other group, the 3rd and 4th term, you can just take negative a common factor because you have inside 1 minus q. Now the 1 minus q itself, I can take it common factor, okay? And the remaining inside 1 minus a. So this is the factorization, or if you can write it q minus 1 into a minus 1, it's okay, no problem, because you multiply here by negative 1 here, so we'll get the same value, okay, or corresponding value. Simplify 216y to the 216 all to the power 2/3. Now 216 raised to 2/3 alone, and even y power 216 raised to the same power 2/3. This one you solve it by calculator, you will get, so you distribute the power over product of two amounts. 216 power 2/3 gives you 36. And this one, y power, you can just multiply 2/3 times 216, you will get 144. So the answer 36, y power 144. Quadratic function or equation, I want to write a complete square, very easy, very simple. You start with these two terms, just write x plus half of 8 is 4 and make all squared, minus this 4 squared with 16. Don't forget to write 10 plus 10, okay? This expression is x plus 4 all squared and negative 16 plus 10 and minus 6. Now, if you compare this value with this value, the p is 4 and the q, as you see here, is negative 6, okay? And ask me to solve this equation. This expression, or this expression to the left, I already wrote it in a complete square form. You can just write it x plus 4 all squared minus 6. So instead of this one, I wrote this one. Continue writing the equation. So just add 6 to each side. So the x plus 4 all squared is equal to 36. So by taking square root, so x plus 4 equals plus or minus square root of 36 is 6. Okay. So the x may be 6 minus 4, which is 2, or the x may be negative 6 minus 4, which is negative 10. So I have two values, 2 and negative 10 for this answer. A cuboid measured 24 centimeter by 12 centimeter, 8 centimeter. Calculate the length of the diagonal. The diagonal of the cuboid is simply square root of its dimensions, x squared plus y squared plus z squared. So the square root, this is applying Pythagorean theorem twice to get this form. So 24 squared plus 12 squared plus 8 squared. Use a calculator to solve this expression. You will get 28. As you see, the diagonal is longer than any of the given dimensions. This is really true for the cuboid. Here I have a proportional question about the x is proportional to the square root of y. So, sorry, w. W is equal to k, the constant of proportionality, square root of y, root y. This is the meaning of the first one. Okay? And y, the other one, just write it here, y inversely proportion, y equal, for example, another value, let me say m, for example, m over inversely proportion to x, x down. So I have here values for x, y, and w at the same time. I can use it to find the constant k and the constant m. Okay, so the first equation is direct proportion, and the second one is inverse proportion. So put w is 8 equals k, I don't know, square root of y is 16. Root 16 is 4. It means 4k is equal to 8. Consequently, k is 2. So the equation w equal to root y. Okay, and here if you put y 16 and m the constant of proportion, the x is 4. So the m now is 4 times 16. Yeah, 4 times 16 is 64. It means the y equals 64 over x. So I have now two equations, w in terms of y and y in terms of x. The question is find w in terms of x. It means I want to remove y. So substitute the value of y from the second equation into first equation. So w equal to square root of. The y is really 64 over x. So this is really 2 times root 64 is 8. And the root x, I don't know, just leave it, root x. So the final answer 2 times 8 is 16 over square root of x. This is the value, 16 over square root of x, and this is value. Next question about vectors. I have a parallelogram, OALQ, a parallelogram. So these two sides are parallel and equal. This now, and this is A as well, also. Okay. K lies on AB such that the ratio between AK and KB is 1 to 2. This one part and this is 2 parts. The question is find the position vector of L in terms of A. Position vector of L, it means from the origin, I want to find AL. This is this vector. I want to find the vector OL. Okay? You can use this upper triangle, OKL or OAL to find the vector OL. Okay? As you see here, the vector OL, position vector of point A, of point L, is OK vector plus KL vector, this triangle. I'm using this triangle. Okay, I can use the down one, no problem, anyway. Okay, OK, how can I find it? The OK is the OK. Let me lead with OK first. KL is already A. KL already A. So I need to write OK in terms of A and B. OK here in this triangle equals OB, which is B, plus BK. The BK is 2 parts out of 3 of BA. BA. This is 2 parts out of 3 parts of BA. B plus 2/3 of. The BA from a triangle AOB is negative B plus A. Negative B plus A. Okay? So after simplification, B plus negative 2/3 B plus 2/3 A. So B minus 2/3 B is 1/3 B plus 2/3 A. Now I get, okay, this part in terms of B and A. So just I write the okay, I write its value, 1/3 B plus 2/3 A plus A. So finally the answer is 1/3 B, 2/3 A plus A is 5/3 A. So this is the answer, 5/3 A plus 1/3 B. This is a vector OL, or position vector of point L. Okay, so 2 parts. Be careful of the solution. Okay, I hope everything to be clear. Question 27 and last one, the line y equal x plus 1 intersect with the graph y equal x squared minus 3x minus 11 at the point A and B. Find the coordinate of point A and coordinate of point B. I have 2 functions, one linear, one quadratic, like this. Usually they intersect in 2 points. Maybe not intersecting, maybe intersecting 1 point, no problem. I have this case now. Ask me about 2 points. So just make them equal. Y equal and y equal, just write x squared minus 3x minus 11 is equal to x plus 1. Why? Because I have 2 equations. The left-hand sides are equal. So the right-hand side must be equal as well. Okay? So simplify this equation, arrange it. X squared, bring this x here will be minus 4x. And negative 11 minus 1 is equal to 0. So x squared minus 4x minus 12 is equal to 0. By factorization, x squared is x and x. I don't have anything outside. Don't see this one as a negative. The 12 can be factored as x and 2 because the difference is negative 4, so minus and plus. So the x may be 6 or the other x may be negative 2. Go to the easiest equation here, substitute for value of x to get y. So the y is x plus 1. So the y here is x plus 1. It means 7. And the y here is negative 2 plus 1, which is negative 1. So I have order pair, as you see here, 6 and 7. The point A may be 6 and 7, and the other point may be negative 2 and negative 1. Negative 2 and negative 1. This is a solution for our exam today. Thank you so much, and see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.